Here are my thoughts about Vi and Powder from the opening scene of Arcane Season 1, Episode 1. Okay, so the scene starts with contrast. Visually, we see red colors, we see chaos, we see destructions, we see a lot of smokes, people fighting, right? But auditorily, right, sound-wise, we hear a little girl singing with very lovely and gentle voice, right? And we think to ourselves whoa, what's going on? This contrast, it creates tension, and it takes our attention to the scene, and it makes us ask what is going on here, right? It captures us. So Vi and Powder are revealing to us, right? And we see them walking in the rubbles, holding hands. They see a lot of destruction, right? And they walk through the rubbles. And if we look on Vi face and her expression, we can see horror, we can see terror, we can see shock, right, in her face. And so basically we learn that those girls are experiencing traumatic event, like an event that is not usually expected from a person in such a young age, right? And so this scene, this emotional scene, it's the first reason that the creator of the show give us, the viewers, it's the first reason to connect to Vi and Powder and to be interested in them, to show interest toward them, because we do not expect of a girl in such a young age to experience such a traumatic event. And so for us it's intriguing, and it's raised questions. What's going on? How are they going to cope and to face this this event, right? So right from the get-go, the creator of the show give us, the viewers, a reason to connect to Vi and Powder. So the smoke clears, and we see another character is revealed to us, Vendor, right? And he's big, and he's dangerous, right? He's fighting another man, he's hurting another man. And in this moment, the creator of the show give us, the viewer, the second reason to connect to Vi and Powder and to want to get to know them better, right? Because basically we see Vi, which is a very small and vulnerable child, become aggressive, become very impulsively. She see danger, and she's becoming the protector of Powder, her loved one, her little sister who need her protection. She will stand against the danger, and she will protect. And because she's a fighter, right? She's the type of fighter that act impulsively, act intuitively. She will put herself at risk in order to protect. But this man, this Vendor, of course, is not afraid in this case. And as it will be revealed to us later on, is actually maybe her savior, because this is the guy who will take both Vi and Powder in his arms and will take them away from this horrible scene. Vi and Powder see what seems to be their own parents, maybe their own mother, lying dead in the rebels. And in this case, Vi, even though she really tries and she really wants to stay emotionally stable, she cannot. She breaks. Fall to her knees and she starts crying. And we see her. And for us, the viewer, this is a reminder why we want to connect with those characters, why we want to know what's going on and how are they coping with this very hard event in such a young age. Such young children who is experiencing such an emotional and hurtful event, for us, it's a reason to want to get to know Vi and Powder. In the opening scene, Vi is falling to the floor, and with her, Vendor gauntlets, right, the steel gauntlet, fell to the floor as well. And we can see it maybe as a symbolic act. Vi is like breaking up emotionally, and Vendor decide at this moment to stop. When Vendor take Vi and Powder in his arms, Vi looking back. And Vi looking back, and she sees all the horror, right? And all the terror and the destruction. But she also see the city of the topsiders, right? The other side. And this city is looking a lot of colors and clean and beautiful. And at this moment, she's seeing injustice, and in her, the drive to stand up and to do something about it is ticking. And she is the type of warrior that we can relate to and connect to. She's the type of warrior that when a friend or a loved one is in trouble, she will run to their aid. Maybe impulsively, right? Without thinking. Like she will do it intuitively. She will put herself at risk, but she will do it for them. The development of Vi and Powder throughout the series is incredible. You want to hear more about it? Then join me in my next video about my thoughts on Vi and Powder. Thanks for watching. Hugs and kisses.